Hey, everybody!
Hello.
It's Sunday night. We have Nettie from Mel Nettie Living Free Zip Code List, and we have Shelly from Our Epic RV Adventure. This is an exciting night.
Yeah.
Not only that, but they have some special stuff planned for us tonight because these two ladies have been on adventures. So,
that was
let me welcome everybody. Adventures. All right, let me welcome everybody over here real quick. We have Bob's Adventure. We have Mel Nettie Living for Zip Code List, always in the chat. Imagine Your Odyssey, Ford Man, aka Kenneth Oakes, Thrifty Angela, Shanna Craft. We have ZX24Me and Camping Therapy. Thank you, Nursing Our Travel Bug, for the raid. I appreciate it. Let me get over here. Sorry, this two-screen thing is a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, Fantastic Travels. So, if you want to give us a little insight into what tonight's topic is, and Miss Nettie.
It's on the Drish House. It's pretty cool. It's actually not too far from where we're situated here, and it's how do you say the town? It's Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
And it's about 10 minutes from where we're sitting right here, right now.
Right here. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get into the video here. We have RV Underway and Barbara Carter that just came in. Hello and welcome. And Lucky Dog Productions, Sue. All right. Let me share the screen here.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
All right. This place is already looking creepy. So, anybody brave enough to go in that place on your own? Not me. The life of Dr. John Drish. Dr. John R. Drish was born in Virginia in 1795 at the age of 23. He married and started a family. Tragically, though, within a year of his daughter Catherine's birth, Drish became a widower and was left to care for the child alone. ZX24Me said they ain't going in on their own.
Oh, yeah. And what's pretty interesting about this story, BB, is I could not find any photos of this family at all. I know.
So did they
exist to begin with?
Right. So I tried. I searched everywhere, but still pretty good story. Just to give you a heads up.
Happy Place says that she wants to live in it. Happy Place. You all right? All right.
It's still pretty.
Yeah.
It's still pretty today.
Okay,
right,
so
this one's for you.
He sent the infant to live with his relatives, and in 1822, Dr. Drish migrated south to new settlement town of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. There, the charming Southern man met a rich widow named Sarah Owen, and the couple married in 1825.
Married him a rich woman.
Oh, yeah.
I
see. Remember that name. That will come back.
Yeah.
So is this what it looked like back in the day with the dirt roads and all, or are those brick roads?
I think it's dirt because there is a little, like a stagecoach. Yeah, there's horses.
Hey, Fox Sandy, Tommy Travels, and Linda Barker, welcome. ZX24Me says, it reminds me of the movie with Don Knotts spending the night in the house. All right.
Ooh.
Catherine would rejoin her father in Alabama while he continued to grow his fortune, not only practicing medicine, but also acting as a building contractor for the growing community and hiring out the use of his highly skilled slaves as labor. Oh, this got dark. Slaves are never happy. Those are not happy ghosts.
Never.
Which
Yeah.
he used slaves quite a bit. There's several buildings here in the Tuscaloosa, Alabama area that he used slaves to construct the buildings.
Yeah, there's quite a few buildings out here.
So it's like a haunted town then, essentially.
There is quite a few places, yeah, that are here like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is for one of you ladies to read.
All right, these artisan craftsmanship was instrumental to much of the beautiful, ornate plasterwork of the early buildings in the young upstart city. According to the 1830 federal census, Dr. Drish owned a total of 25 slaves, both men and women, and among their ranks were fine plaster workers, wood carvers, and iron workers.
25 slaves. I know this isn't about slaves necessarily, but me as a person, I can't imagine being like, yeah, I own those people.
Right.
I know the times were different back then, but I don't even think if I was around back then, I would be okay with owning people. I don't own my dog. My dog's part of my family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
They were skilled workers, though.
Yeah, some beautiful buildings out here.
By 1837, Drish had briefly served in the Alabama House of Representatives, had expanded his real estate holdings, and had made a fortune on his investments in the early railroad lines. Hey, Erin.
You would think that somebody who, Mel and I were talking, that somebody was in the Alabama's House of Representatives. Wouldn't there be a picture of him?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a picture of even George Washington. Like, you know, and on our tour of one of the houses, they said every good Southern mansion had a picture of George Washington in it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no picture of this guy who was in the House of Representatives. So
that doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
You're seeing our travel bug. All right. This is you, ladies.
He was now wealthy enough to retire from his medical practice and move into his new, beautiful constructed mansion that his family would call home.
Oh, look who showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Aha, this is all about his family.
Yeah. Aaron Jemison.
Right.
Construction of the Drish House, and originally known as the Monroe Place, the construction on Dr. Drish's new mansion began in 1835. It would become one of the first plantation homes in Tuscaloosa, the focal point of a 350-acre plantation bordering the city limits. Is that like a drawing of it, of the plantation and the house in it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Nomadic Hippie, thanks for making it.
It doesn't even look like it does now.
No, it absolutely doesn't even look like that, because this was set on 100 acres. Wasn't it?
Yeah,
no,
it was at 350
acres.
Yeah.
That's right. I was mixing it with the other one. 350 acres. And now it's literally like
just a little
circle, traffic circle around it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So they got rid of all of, like, not got rid of, but I guess the town ended up using a lot of this property. And now it's just the house. And that's kind of sad. That maybe they should have left like an acre all around it for historical reasons.
Yeah.
Something. Right.
Ready?
The house was elaborately designed and decorated in the Greek Revival style. The exterior of the home featured Doric porticos to the front and rear with 2-story pilasters dividing each bay.
A huge home. Aaron said, my family homestead is just outside of Gettysburg.
We visited your homestead this week.
Oh, yes, we
right
did.
here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Now, this is more what it looks like, just kind of redone, right? Now?
But this is, it actually looks a little bit different now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they did board up a lot of the windows and I guess that's the tower on top.
Yeah, the third story.
The third story. Yeah.
That's what they call the third story, which is really just kind of a cupola or tower up top.
Mm-hmm.
Like a watch out tower or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Inside the rooms were elaborately and ornately decorated with embellished plasterwork and fine woodworking. Each room was designed uniquely. Dr. Drish had clearly built his home with the idea of using it as a showroom for potential clients to display the abilities and craftsmanship of his slaves. Wonder if he sent his slaves to like school to learn their crafts.
No, I think this is new. Yeah, that was part of the hand-me-down from generation to generation.
Gotcha. It's like the doorway going outside.
Mm-hmm. Towards the front.
Yep.
I'm going to get tongue-tied here.
The ornate ornamentation seen in the house, as well as the overall architecture of the home, were designed by Dr. Drish himself, likely inspired by William Nichols, a prominent architect of the time, known for his stately designs.
ZX24Me said, is it still standing today?
Yes.
Lady.
Yes.
Yes, we went to it last night on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a video about it.
Yeah.
These ladies have had quite the adventures. Okay, I like this picture. I know it looks like it's in ruins and it might look scary to some people, but I love that image. I love the way the light's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I just love the way that picture is taken. Those are some huge beams inside of a house for sure. Oh, Nomadic Hippie said, I can't really see the screen. Is that Sherry's voice in the background? That wasn't Nettie. Yes, you have.
Well,
you have
Shelly's voice in the background.
Yeah, it's Shelly.
He's talking to speech on his phone, so it types what it wants.
It's okay. I've been Sherry before. Lots of Sherrys.
Yes, we have our epic RV adventure and Mel Nettie living crazy codeless with us tonight. Nursing Our Travel Bug says it looks like a shadow human profile in the doorway down the hall. Oh, this right here.
Ooh, can you make it larger?
I think that's as large as I can get it. It's full screen right now. But it's right here.
Yeah, it looks like a head and then the arm as you go down like that. It's like a half a person.
Yeah.
Like they're standing and you just see the half side of them.
Mm-hmm. Good call there, Nursing Our Travel Bug.
Shelly some days. That's true, right, Sherry? See?
Yeah, Sherry Shelly. Yeah, there's some big words in here. I'm getting tongue-tied a little bit.
I forget whose turn it is. Is it mine?
I finished.
Yeah, it's your turn, BB.
Like many of the wealthy men during this era, Drish was considered a gentleman architect, having no formal education in the field, but working with wealthy clients to design properties that were visually pleasing. Drish's background as a building contractor allowed him to further his architect skills. Nomadic Hippie says that hallway looks amazing, but I just wanted to see the bathtub.
I don't know if we have any pictures of the bathtub in there.
He was just in the bathtub that I saw earlier, Hippie.
Yeah. All right.
Construction on his brand new home took 2 years, and once completed, the mansion would become known as Monroe Place. But many claim that life in Monroe Place was often filled with sorrow and great family afflictions. And that I didn't know. They didn't say anything about Monroe Place.
No. Mm-mm.
Our epic RV adventure is in the chat and saying, I was wondering what happened to my wife.
And we have Talon here too.
Yep, we stole Talon.
Right. That's another neat picture. Spooky, but neat. It looks like someone's right here, too.
Yes, it does.
But that looks like a leg, and then
Yes.
somebody's shoulder right about here, and their head would be behind the banister.
Creepy. Very creepy.
That's
Behind
weird.
the banister.
Oh, Aunt Melanie. I'm so confused.
You're confused, Jemison?
There is a Jemison mansion here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and we got to tour it the other day, which is how we learned about the Drish House, because the person who gave us a tour told us about it. And I don't know if that'll be disclosed later as we go along, but there's we'll catch you up right there for you. All your ancestors are right here, and they're very wealthy because we've seen your house.
Yeah, we just thought you were stalking us, is what we thought.
Hippie said, so what state is the mansion in? Is it in like south? Is it south, like in Louisiana, or somewhere in the Midwest?
No, it's Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So it's more of the, it's just west of Birmingham.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour west of Birmingham.
Welcome to the chat, Nell Court. Tragedy at the Drish House. John and his daughter Catherine's relationship had long been strained, thought to have even become violent and abusive at times. Aaron said, send me the money then.
Yeah. Well, we didn't see the money. We just saw the money.
Yeah, in the house. Yeah.
We didn't see the cash.
Yeah.
We just saw the decor.
Yeah.
This one's your lady.
Okay.
One story purports that John did not approve of a man his daughter had fallen in love with, so he locked her in her room at Monroe Place, providing her with little to no food or water, until she finally relented to his wishes to end the relationship.
What a jerk.
What did she really end it? I'm curious.
Yeah. Well, I have no photos.
No photos. No, there's no photos, which is so creepy.
No, I thought this picture was pretty cool.
Yeah, but is that picture new or old because of it having the shutters in there?
Yeah. And it was black and white when I found it. So I don't know.
It looks like it's like a newer photo, but they just turned it black and white. But the sky kind of makes it look like a Dracula type. The tower and the shutters like that. It's kind of like Dracula. And you can't see Dracula in a mirror. So maybe you can't take pictures of Dracula. Just saying.
Yeah, that's why we can't find them.
Oh, that's true.
Linda Barker said, that's a creepy, cool picture.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
If we went through Jemison, Alabama. Yes, kind of on the freeway. We
did, right?
The sign kept telling us it was Jemison, but
yeah,
we didn't actually go to the downtown of it.
Drish then drove the lover from town and forced Catherine to marry William King. No, that got sad. The couple went on to have 3 children of her own, including a daughter who would not live past 4. But their marriage ended abruptly when King divorced Catherine on the grounds of insanity. Well, she was forced to marry you. I'm sure she went insane.
Right?
Go.
He then sent his wife and their 2 sons back to the father's home to live with Dr. Dish. Maybe meant
Drish.
Yeah.
Dr. Drish.
Yeah. And her stepmother, Sarah Owen, once again.
You caused her to go insane and then send her back home to her family. That's not nice.
Mm-mm.
That's pretty.
You didn't think that looked like a person?
Yeah, I thought that looked like a person in the corner.
Hold on, I missed it. I didn't pause quick enough.
Right there. I don't know what that is.
Oh, this
Like-
right here?
Yeah, it could look like a small child
Can
looking
you
out a window or something is what she's kind of seeing.
Yeah, I can see where you'd see that. For me, when I first saw it, I thought it was like a log standing up at the top. I thought it was part of the decor, but I
Yeah.
can see how you see a child. For sure.
Hippie.
Hippie, you're a mess.
Bob's
Dr.
Adventure. Dr.
Dish
Ran
ran away with their spoon while the patient jumped over the moon.
Claim she's insane and send the kids with her. Exactly.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I forget. By this time, the family had lived in Moreau Place for over a decade, and Catherine's return would coincide with an extensive remodel of the home.
So she wasn't crazy. She wanted to remodel. She wasn't insane.
Well, I don't know.
She just wanted to put her art skills to work.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, Boxman D. Have a great live. We'll send everybody over there in just a little. KNR said, hey, look at all the royalty on the panel. Hey, ladies.
I don't have tiny hands. Tiny hands. That looks pretty cool. Guess before
Yeah,
they started renovating it.
that was a pretty room.
Drish
Yeah.
would dabble in the Italianate style, making several changes to the mansion's facade, but most notably, he added a 3-story brick tower.
Mm-hmm.
3 stories. Sorry, my phone is blowing up. I love it when people text and they say, hey, by the way, we're stopping by. What? All right. Many claim that Drish added the structure to allow him to jealously spy over the construction of the home rival planter Robert Jemison. Hey there, Aaron. Robert Jemison Jr. Unfortunately, it is this tower that would become not only the site of tragedy, but also the focal point of the Drish House supposed hauntings. 3 stories can make a book, says Nell Court.
Oh, yeah. In 1860, Dr. John Drish owned almost 90 slaves. And when emancipation
Yep.
came to Alabama in 1865, he was financially ruined. That's what he gets.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Hey.
Hippie. Hippie, you're really funny.
Oh, that was him.
No, I got another message because I said something about the first one. I got another message. Anybody doesn't know, I scared the heebie-jeebies out of Hippie last night. Hippie said if his phone rang, it would scare him while he was in the morgue. So, of course, I had to make his phone ring. All right. Oh, this is creepy. Is that a shadow of like a person?
I don't know. It looks like somebody maybe carrying a tray or something's coming out of that room, but I don't think so. I think that it's a square. It looks like a square from where I'm sitting, the top of it. So I don't think it's a head. I think it's just some shadows are on that.
This kind of looks like a lady with a wedding outfit on. But that's me looking really hard into the picture. Right. My mouse is moving all over the place. Is this mine? I'm sorry, I keep asking.
Yes.
He gained a reputation in town as an unlucky gambler and alcoholic. In 1867, when he fell to his death in his home, some claim that the alcohol was the cause.
She pushed him. No.
Dun dun dun.
She said, "You had one too many drinks. Time to go."
Now, I did find this, so you just can't see what he looked like, but you can see that he was in a coffin.
Now, how is there a picture of his casket, but not a picture of the actual man?
It's probably somebody else's coffin, and they just added it to the story. You know, who knows?
Uh,
Oh, that's crazy. It looks like there's some kind of picture right here, but probably not a picture of him.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't like his picture taken. Or again, back to the Dracula thing. He just couldn't be seen in the camera.
That's true. There are several stories that surround the tragedy of Dr. Drish's death. One says that Drish threw himself from a second-floor balcony, and another says he was merely drunk and fell down the stairs. And still another that he had been attempting to quit drinking altogether and lost control from the effects of the withdrawals.
I've heard that withdrawing from alcohol can be deadly.
Yeah.
Yet whatever story might be true, Dr. John Drish was found dead after a mighty fall on July 25th, 1867, leaving his wife, Sarah, a widow twice over. For years afterwards, the servants would claim to hear the echoes of stumbling footsteps and deathly cry. Dum, dum, dum.
If he threw himself out of the window, you wouldn't hear the echoes of him stumbling, I wouldn't think.
Out of
Unless he was
window.
stumbling to the window, maybe, but
versus the stairs going down. Yeah.
And also, I mean, what? They didn't know if he was inside or outside the house?
Imagine Your Odyssey said, "Did the flowers spell something?" Let's go back and look. They did look like they were like the breast cancer awareness sign that kind of looks like a ribbon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could see that. I don't think it spells anything. I think it's just
the different designs people made.
But
yeah.
There looks like another picture right here.
Oh, there is. I can see that.
You're right.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the no picture thing. It's crazy. Thanks, CX24Me, for asking for that thumbs up. Appreciate it.
Well, potentially he didn't maybe
they
like
just
his picture taken or something, or
but the whole family. It's
the whole family. Yeah. There's like nothing.
Yeah.
But I did notice that Sarah was spelled with an H in the beginning of this, and right there it has it spelled Sara. But I think I did find it with H. Like her find a grave was H.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So Dr. Drish had left elaborate burial requests for his funeral, and Sarah made sure that they were carried out to the letter.
Imagine Your Odyssey said it looks like poxy, like the word poxy. And Fantastic Travel said that may be a statue.
What would that stand for? I wonder what that would mean.
I don't know, but if he had very specific wants and then the flowers look like that, maybe they did spell something.
Yeah, true.
But after her beloved was buried at the nearby Greenwood Cemetery, she became obsessed in her grief, growing more and more eccentric as time passed, insisting that when she died, she was to have exactly the same elaborate burial as her husband had received.
The funny thing was, I couldn't get Nettie to go in that cemetery last night.
No cemeteries for you?
I tried. I said, y'all want me to turn around? I'll go in the cemetery.
No.
They're like, nah, that's okay.
Imaginary Odyssey said, I think it spelled out, I am sleeping. Leave me the alone. Don't take my picture. That's what it says.
I did find the cemetery.
Just didn't go in it.
No. So focused on her dying wish, I spelled it like that again. Yep. Sarah even stored away the candles from her husband's funeral so they could also be used for her own.
Nothing like saving a little moolah.
Yeah, right.
Hello, RVing with G. Happy November 1st to you also. All right. But when she died 14 years later, on April 14th, 1884, those funerary candles, I didn't even know that was a word.
I think they meant
funerary.
Yeah.
Funerary.
Funerary.
That word.
I did not know funerary was a word. But anyway, funerary candles could not be found. Sarah, spelt with an H, Drish's final wish could not be met. And as a result, many believe this is to be the origin of the haunting that soon began at Drish House. Oh, so she's like, you didn't do my funeral up right. I'm going to haunt you.
Well, she was crazy. And then,
yeah.
Allegedly crazy. Allegedly
crazy. Well, she became eccentric. There is a difference between being, psychologically crazy and eccentric. So,
yeah. Man, those are some old headstones. And they're like butted up together. So it's almost like she was like, I'm never leaving your side.
Yeah. They're connected.
It's like a headboard.
Yeah, it's like a headboard.
They used to be their headboard. And then they didn't use it as their stones.
The decline of a plantation. Following the death of Mrs. Drish, the home changed hands several times. Monroe Place would remain one of Tuscaloosa's finest private residences until the turn of the 20th century, when it would find its way into ruin and dilapidation.
Mm-hmm.
Or dilapidation.
Yeah.
Dilap.
I said funnery.
What? Oh.
So that's all right. I said funnery.
I think we're reading somebody else's non-words.
The acreage surrounding the once great home was sold and used as the site of Tuscaloosa's first major expansion, the farmland giving way to urbanization.
Bye-bye, 350 acres.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael said there's now like a he was reading off some of the things and he was like, there's a fitness gym and a Chipotle.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of
a
weird.
Bar on the corner.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Is it our turn? Your turn?
Your turn.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, okay.
In 1906, the Tuscaloosa Board of Education acquired the building and opened the Jemison School, which remained into 1925 when the building was sold to the Tuscaloosa Wrecking Company. So here comes Jemison.
So Jemison ended up getting his rival's property.
Yeah.
But that didn't sit well with the ghost.
So that's the school. It was made into a school, huh?
Mm-hmm. First.
It does look like a schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Though the beginning of the Great Depression is often cited as the stock market crash of October 24th, 1929, for those in Tuscaloosa, the economy had already been failing long before then, and the fortunes of the Drish's house were in a parallel free fall.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Blaine. A photograph of the mansion in its partially decayed state as an auto parts warehouse was featured in the book From Let Us Now Praise Famous Men. The classic work, published in 1941, documented the lives of Alabama sharecroppers and tenant farmers living in desperate poverty.
Charlie's favorite man.
Yeah.
Nope.
Let us now praise famous men.
I can't believe it was an auto parts store. That just seems so...
Yeah. It's too
What?
decorative to be an auto parts
I know.
store.
Look at the ceiling. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't...
And they got
I can't envision somebody being like, yeah, I'm going to take that and turn it into an auto parts store.
Mm.
That Jemison family's a bunch of trouble.
Auto parts. Look at that. Isn't that crazy?
It just doesn't look fancy with that big auto parts.
I know.
On there.
And wrecking company.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't look fancy, and the windows look a little busted out. So it does look a little bit like dilapidated, but it still isn't a building that I'd be driving down the road and be like, that's going to be an auto parts store. You know what I mean? I'd be like,
yeah.
No, it's just weird.
Yep.
Forget whose turn. It's my turn.
I think it's yours.
Okay. The photo proved so powerful that it was eventually displayed at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. Alabama's economy would not rebound until the beginning of World War II, but the Drish House was not so lucky. Oh, Linda Barker said warehouse, not store.
Yeah.
So maybe
the building would become a church until finally in 1994, it had reached such a point of dilapidation that it was considered for demolition. Yeah, it's pretty sad right there.
Yeah, that's really sad looking.
Yeah.
It looks like a church to me.
Well, it was a church there at the end.
Yeah.
And it does. I said the church is probably, it doesn't look like a house, really. I mean, in the very beginning it did, but then the way it looks there, it doesn't look like a house. It looks like a church more than anything else, or maybe like a courthouse or something, you know?
Yeah. Death lights in the tower. But as the building's conditions deteriorated, the legends surrounding it only grew, and these new stories were different to the ones that began after Dr. Drish died. What is this?
Yeah. Dun, dun,
That
dun.
looks like stick them up.
This looks like an alien of some sort. But then, no, I see the person now. There's a head. There's the arms, like, stick them up. And there's another person looking back at you right here. Another person
maybe
here.
those are the photos I can't find.
That is crazy. These are the only pictures because their image does not show in a camera. They had to change the lighting to view this.
I even had help with trying to find pictures of the family.
Yeah, I looked too. Nothing.
Couldn't find it.
Tommy Travel said, it would make a great bed and breakfast. Nomadic Hippie says, it's like a caveman running from the popo.
It does look like that. You do have a picture of him. Yes, kind of.
Instead of seeing apparitions of the doctor and hearing the disembodied sounds of his fall, it was purported that Dr. Drish's beloved tower was sometimes seen to be on fire.
Okay, is purported a real word?
Yes.
It is? See, wouldn't it just been easier to say it was reported? like reported instead of reported?
Yeah, I was just asking, it's like reported, like
It's
purported?
it's not as reported. It's purported. Like, let's see. I'm trying to think of how to say it. Let me look it up. I will look up the definition for you.
The reason I asked is because
Purported.
it's almost like they're putting words in here that like to make themselves sound smarter as they're writing the article.
No, this is what I was trying to say. And the definition is that it's appearing or stated to be true, but they're not sure.
Oh.
So it's purported.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So this person is smart. Okay.
So
Smarter
it's
than me.
it's not alleged though. It's purported to be true.
Gotcha.
So.
Traveling Salvation says, that'd be a cool t-shirt. We just copyrighted it. KNR says, appearing to be true is the definition.
Yeah, appearing to be true. Purported.
Mhm.
Accounts of these flames happened repeatedly over the years. Alabamaman, did I say that right? Alabamaman.
Yeah, Alabama.
Folklorist. Words are so hard, and these are very hard. Okay. Alabama folklorist Catherine Tucker Wyndham and Margaret Gillis Fye were among the first to chronicle these claims in their 1969 book, 13 Alabama Ghost and Jeffrey. What? That's the name of the book?
Jeffrey.
There's 13 ghosts, and don't forget about Jeffrey.
That's like the Queen of Hearts and the King. And Jeffrey.
KNR said the word struggle is real. Traveling Salvation said, we purported that it was going to be reported, so it won't be alleged.
Could have been Alabamian. Yeah, an Alabamian, not an Alabaman. An Alabaman is Gary. I'm an Alabaman.
See, it's a good thing that I laugh at myself that words are so hard for me because otherwise I'd be crying at how bad I am at reading this stuff here. KNR said, that sounds like a horror movie spoof.
Right?
Oh.
13 Ghosts and Jeffrey. Kids. I don't even want to know about Jeffrey.
Now we got to go read the book.
They, like many, claim these, quote, death lights in the tower were the ghosts of Mrs. Sarah Drish, saying, according to tales about her home, it is her frustrated ghost who returns to alarm the neighbors by burning candles in the tower, candles which she wanted to be burned around her coffin at her death.
Back up. So, according to the tales, she burned candles in the tower to alarm the neighbors. What neighbors are looking up in your tower, Miss Sarah, to see
350 acres?
Well, since they sold it off, she was alerting her new neighbors at Chipotle.
Traveling Salvation. Or Shanna Craft says, laugh out loud. Who is Jeffrey? No clue.
We don't know.
Traveling
We're all
Salvation.
going to be looking for the book 13 Ghosts in Alabama.
Traveling Salvation.
Traveling Salvation says, yeah, it's not Alabama. Unless you're from the north or Bangladesh.
Or Gary. Alabama.
That's somebody who was told by their mom to make sure they add their younger brother to the book after the fact.
Right.
Tommy says, that's great. Jesus had 12 disciples and Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's the butler from Fresh Prince. That's right, Michael.
Yeah.
Fantastic Travel said, warning all those that were at the gym.
That's right.
Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah.
Toys R Us mascot.
Oh.
Man.
Okay. Go ahead, play. I'm laughing too hard to see through my tears about Jeffrey here. All right. Other stories have appeared over the years, each claiming a possible origin of the phantom flames in the tower. According to one legend, a runaway slave once hid in the tower. Did he light candles up there? I mean, I'm confused.
I mean, there's nothing to that. So to us,
Yeah.
it's like that doesn't make sense. The story of
Right.
Sarah makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or she was trying to burn the damn place down because she had had enough. She had
Yeah.
enough of the gym and the bar down the street and not having her
Exactly.
funeral she wanted. So she's like, I'm going to use my candles, burn the place to the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she just wanted it to be a big flame so everybody would know that she did that because they didn't pay attention to her when she died.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going down, down, down. In a blaze of glory.
Yeah. Eventually, after thirst and starvation took its toll, he was forced to reveal himself and handed over to his master. In punishment, he was burned to death, and some claim that to this day, the fire plagues the tower as a reminder of his gruesome execution. So this is pertaining to, if it was a slave.
Yeah.
So.
Yet, despite the stories and the uncertainty behind the origin of the death lights or the flames in the tower, there has been no evidence found to suggest there ever actually was a fire in the tower, nor was the tower ever on fire. Words are hard.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see
Now that looks pretty. Doesn't look haunted. Just looks pretty.
At the end.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Restoration of the Drish House.
In the end, did you read that?
Sorry, I went back to the picture.
You went back to the picture.
Oh,
I think we were looking at the picture.
All right, there we
go.
go.
We're talking about the special footage that we have that will show at the end.
I meant to know about the girl who gave us the tour.
Oh.
And what she said, because that would go right here.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, we went to other tours that we did here, and the lady that was doing the tour was actually, what was she, like 16 when she was out there with a group of girls?
She said that they were young teenagers that went out to the house. There were 6 of them.
Mm-hmm. And when they went out there, they actually saw the flames up in that tower area. There's been a lot of people that have actually have witnessed it, but
she said that when they went out there were flames, and she said there's no way all 6 of us saw that. It was burning. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And there's no evidence of any burning.
Well, that's that Sarah and her ghost flames trying to burn the place down. But you ain't going to see Sarah because there ain't no pictures of her either. So you're not going to see her. You're just going to see her flames.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the story.
Yeah. The slave was Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This one's yours.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, it was time that saved the dilapidated Drish House from demolition in 1994. The house had remained standing long enough for historic preservationists to take interest and save the home. Which is funny because the girl we were with giving us a tour of the other 3 places here was from the Historic Preservation Society, but they don't own this house.
Yeah, they don't own this house.
Yep.
KNR said, are you sure those kids weren't on Tide Pods? And Fantastic Travel says, it was Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Although spared demolition in 1994, the Drish House was still in such disrepair that in 2006, the Alabama Historical Commission added it to the Places in Peril list.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
It looks
and
so
this
pretty.
is part of the remodeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when they slowly started bringing it back. Over the next decade, the home would slowly be stabilized and restored. Today, Thanks to Dr. John Drish, the gentleman architect, the Drish House is considered to be one of the most distinctive mixes of Greek Revival and Italianate style architecture found in Alabama.
I'm going to keep going, but I do not believe Italianate is a word. Just saying.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. I love the colors, the brightness.
Culinary, it is.
Yeah.
But through the decade and centuries, the stories of the death lights in the tower continue. Ethereal funeral candles still burning, a constant reminder of a widow's grief. Aaron said, "Thank you for the family history lesson. Look like a trip I need to make."
Well, your mansion wasn't on this. Your mansion is separate. It's a whole nother building.
Look how pretty it is now.
It's gorgeous now.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't look like somebody's home. It looks like it's commercial. You know, whether it be a church or a bank or a, courthouse or something.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a church. Let me stop share for one
minute. Now we have special footage.
We have a little something special for you all to enjoy.
Those of you who have stuck with us through this tale.
I can't move my mouse from screen to screen if the other one's on full screen, which drives me nuts. All right. I'm going to share audio, so I'm going to mute us. Or if you can mute yourself, that'd be great. But everybody enjoy what's coming up.
We are at the site of a supposed haunted house, the Drish House in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'm just going to roll out here real quick so you can see this house. Now, I have no idea why this house is haunted or the history of it, but I'm actually in the car with a leading expert of the haunting of this home. So, leading expert, would you like to fill us in with some details?
Yeah. Sarah with the candles at his funeral, and she wanted the candles for her funeral, but when she hid them in the house, and then the problem was that when she died, nobody could find them. So they believe that her spirit has come back to haunt her family because they didn't have the candles.
They didn't have the candles.
That's a great reason to haunt a house, because
you wanted candles.
You wanted candles.
So apparently in that third story, they've seen light, like fire, like a candle.
They saw the light. Different light.
Different light.
Yeah. And so when we were on a tour the other day, the tour guide said she came out here as a teenager and sat out here, and they saw light up there in the third story window. She said, I will swear on my grave that's what was up there.
And the candles were used at her husband's services.
Yeah.
And she wanted.
Oh, and quick editorial note: this is Halloween night.
Do you see any lights up there?
I do not see light.
Yeah, the third floor lights. They've actually shuttered all the windows up there, so even if there were lights, you wouldn't be able to see them.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it would come through.
Maybe. And this house is actually in the center of a massive couple 100-acre plantation, and now it's a traffic circle in Tuscaloosa.
1835 is when they started construction on building this house.
My eyes are peeled. I'm waiting for something. Is it me? But is that flickering in the doorway?
No. Okay, folks, watch this. What was that? Watch this. What was that?
He got you good.
Woo!
That was great. I had to rewind it a few times just to catch that little jump. It was so cute. Shelley?
Shelly, the funny thing was that I didn't feel it. I did jump, but I wasn't like that scared feeling you have inside. So it was kind of weird because they were like, you jumped. And I was like, yeah. But I wasn't scared, which is kind of weird, but it was funny.
It was a cute jump. It was just like what'd you do that for?
Right.
I have put our Epic RV Adventures link in the description of this video, and also Mel Nettie Living Free zip code list. So if you haven't checked them out yet, check them out. And then our Epic, you actually have a really funny story video out right now too. Do you want to give a little brief so everyone can go check that out?
So when we went to this house, on it, it said that the architecture style that he created here, he also did for Old Bryce Hospital. And so Michael looked it up, and it was a psychiatric hospital and an insane asylum. A lot of people like to call them that. And so he said, hey guys, want to go? It's like 15 minutes from here. And so we're like, sure. We're thinking you were just going to drive by. But that's not all that happened. And I'm not going to spoil it. You got to jump over to our channel and see the rest of it. And it's pretty funny and pretty cool and pretty freaky. Very freaky. And if you thought I was like freaked out at this video, you got to go see the other one.
Aaron said, where's my link? My name is all over this video.
That's right. There is actually... Yeah, the Jemison Mansion here is part of a 3 mansion tour, I guess. Well, a tavern and then 2 mansions. And so we kept going through there going, man,
beautiful.
Man, Aaron keeping secrets.
Jemison's got money.
Yep. So it is all over here. So he definitely has to make a trip to this area. For nothing else to walk in and be like, oh, my last name is Jemison. That's what I do. Yeah. It was me.
Yeah.
Where's my fortune? I'm a part of this family.
Right. And in a few weeks, we'll have a video of all 3 of those coming out as well. So,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, like I said, if you need to come back later, grab the link, or if you're already subscribed to them, which you should be, then hopefully you get to see the video soon. Check it out. I've heard about it. It sounds very, very good. And then I want to thank you for joining us, Shelly, and thank you, Nettie.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me in here.
Oh, I love it. I love Sunday nights. I love it. It's just a time to chit chat and get a little spooky. So it's a great night. But with that being said, I think Nettie already dropped the link for Box Van D, because we're going to go over and raid her. And then our Epic, I did go ahead and mod you if you want to drop the link to your actual video in the chat. But with that being said, thank you all for joining me. Thank you, ladies, for coming and hanging out. And we're going to go ahead and get to the outro now. Talk to you later. Much kindness and much love.
And then love your way.